If you're a busy mom who feels like working out is just one more thing on her extremely long to-do list that she's just never going to get to, I am making this video for you. I have coached so many women with this same exact mentality. And while I've touched on this briefly in like previous videos, I've never really made a video directly dedicated to the strategy of how to get over that feeling and actually get results. So that is what this video is intended to do. The TLDR version is that you don't need more time. You just need a better strategy and a couple of mindset shifts that are going to change the game for you when it comes to your health and wellness goals. And the strategy you need is one that actually fits your real, chaotic, sometimes messy mom life that we all experience, and not the like Pinterest version of motherhood that is this elusive thing that doesn't exist. Listen, this hits really close to home for me right now, not just because of the women that I coach, but because of my own life. I have a 2-year-old at home. We're moving on Saturday. While I'm 9 months pregnant, I also work full time and I run this business. So needless to say, I am like very off my routines, but at the same time, I'm like gearing up for my postpartum comeback season, part 2, which I'm weirdly kind of excited about. I like really look forward to that. But I'm also very aware that I'm going to be doing it with 2 under 2 this time, which is going to be a whole new ballgame. So I am doubling down on my very realistic fitness for busy moms, and I'm bringing you along for the ride. If you're new here, my name is Bailey. I'm a certified personal trainer, certified nutritionist, pre and postnatal specialist. And as I said, I'm a busy mom. I have a 2-year-old. I have one that's showing up any day now, hopefully after we move, but we will see. I make videos all about realistic, holistic wellness in the context of motherhood. So if that's the kind of thing you're into, I would love for you to subscribe to this channel and say hello in the comments to all your new mom friends who are on this journey with us. If you're not new here, welcome back. Okay, so let's dive in by unlearning some of the junk that we've been taught over the years through social media and influencers and fitness plans that are not designed for moms, etc. For example, the idea that you need 45 or 60 minutes alone by yourself at a gym in order to actually get results. That is a lie. If you hear nothing else in this video, please hear this. The all or nothing mentality is keeping you stuck. It does not work for anyone, but especially not for busy moms. Because if you're tempted to just throw up your hands and be like, you know what, forget it. I just don't, this is never going to work for me. Anytime you fall off your routine or you fall off track or whatever, you are never going to see results. We have to reframe the way that we think about these things and the way that we talk to ourselves about it in the middle of the chaos. If you feel like you're never able to stick to a routine or you've just never been disciplined enough to like actually get results in your fitness journey, hear me when I say you are not lazy, you are not undisciplined. You're just overwhelmed. You are overloaded with mom life. The issue isn't a lack of discipline. It's that most fitness plans are designed for people without kids. And anytime you try to fit your busy mom life into that non-mom focused fitness plan, it's going to fail. And then you're going to feel like a failure and internalize that as like, oh, I just don't have the willpower. I'm just never going to stick to this. I can't see results. It's my hormones. It's my genetics, blah, blah, blah. And on it goes. Sound familiar? Okay. So what do we do instead? I want to introduce you to 2 different frameworks that I have sort of coined in my life as a fitness coach, wellness coach for busy moms that if taken to heart can really make a difference in your ability to actually see results with little to no time. The first one is called the 3-tier method. The idea is this: instead of having this like very structured plan that you agree to, you're like, okay, for the next 6 weeks, I'm going to do this, this, and this. I'm going to work out 6 times a week. I'm going to meal prep all my meals on Sunday, blah, blah, blah. Instead of trying to have one plan that you stick to for a period of time and then feel like a failure when inevitably life gets in the way and you miss a day or you just get derailed by life, the 3-tier method gives you a flexible way to approach movement that adjusts with your energy, your schedule, and your reality for that day. So here's how it works. Tier 1 is like best case scenario. Tier 1, you are thriving. Now you get to define what thriving looks like for you, what your best case scenario is for your wellness goals, depending on your season of life and your responsibilities and time constraints and whatever. The idea is that on Tier 1 days, you've got the time, you've got the energy, nobody's sick, nothing chaotic is happening, and you are going to be able to hit your wellness goals for that day. You can get in that full 30-minute strength training session. You can meal prep your dinners for the next 4 nights. You can sit down and spend time in prayer or meditation or journaling, etc. Again, Tier 1, best case scenario, I'm pushing it. Tier 2 days are your I'm surviving days. On Tier 2 days, something is keeping you from that best case scenario Tier 1 situation, but you're still able to prioritize your wellness in smaller ways. You may be a little short on like time or energy or whatever, but you can still move intentionally, like a 10-minute core circuit or a 10-minute mobility flow or a quick walk around the block. Maybe you can't meal prep everything, but you can make like a really high protein, high fiber lunch for yourself. Tier 2 is candidly where I'm living pretty much constantly these days. And that's fine. It's not best case scenario, but you're still able to prioritize yourself in little ways. And then tier 3 is where I just showed up today. You're tapped out, kids are wild, somebody's got an ear infection, and you feel like you're hanging on by a thread. But you get in a 3-minute stretch. You make sure you drink your water before you drink your coffee that day. You take your multivitamin. It's not perfect, not Instagrammable, but it's also not throwing in the towel completely because life got a little chaotic. You showed up for yourself in whatever limited capacity you had for that day. The point of the method is that every tier has value, which means every day has value, regardless of what that day holds. You can never fall off the wagon with this plan because your plan adjusts with you. This method gives you the freedom to stay consistent without burnout, without unrealistic expectations of yourself and your family and your life, and without giving up the second that it gets a little messy. The plan flexes with you. That's why it works, and that's why it is a beautiful method for all us busy moms out there. Now, the second method I want to introduce you to is called the 4-3-2-1 method. I made this up, but it works really well. This is the exact method I used in my first postpartum season when I lost 45 pounds in 4.5 months, which I have a whole video about that, and I can link that here if you're interested. This method is how I still work out today, and it's how I program every single monthly workout plan in the Well Mamas app. Here's how it works. Every week, you're going to aim for 4 workouts a week for 30 minutes or less, and then 2 days a week, you're going to hit 10,000 steps a day. 10,000 steps a day, every single day is a lovely goal. It is not realistic for my lifestyle. But twice a week, it is realistic. Working out 6 times a week for 45 to 60 minutes, never gonna happen. But 4 days a week, doing a 30-minute or less workout, I can make that fit. So that's how the 4-3-2-1 method was designed. That's how it came to be. It just was the thing that fit in my life when I was postpartum and trying to figure out how to do fitness as a mom. And it has since been the thing that I coach one-on-one with my mom clients. Again, like I said, all the workout programs in the Well Moms app are under the 4-3-2-1 method. I swear by it. It's what I'm going to use for my next postpartum season, which will start here in however many days or weeks. It's realistic, it's approachable, and it gets results if you are doing strategic workout. And the way this kind of complements the 3-tier method is that the 4-3-2-1 method allows you to kind of flex between those tier 1 and tier 2 days. So your tier 1 days, you like hit that 30-minute workout and it was awesome. But your tier 2 days, maybe you don't have time for the 30 minutes, but that's okay because you can prioritize your steps that day, or you can take it as a rest day. It allows you to kind of ebb and flow with your schedule and your life and your reality, which is the only way to make fitness sustainable as a busy mom. Now, like I said, these need to be strategic short workouts. You can't just do random workouts for 30 minutes and expect to get the same level of results. I'm a firm believer that strength training that's focused on progressive overload is the way to maximize your results in minimal time. So that's how I structure my 30-minute or less workouts for myself and on the app. If you want to try that style of training, I would love for you to try a free week on the app. You can grab that in the link in the description box below. But the goal here is that if you want to see results on minimal time, you need to be really strategic about the types of workouts that you're doing. But the nice thing is they don't have to be long and they don't have to be in a gym. I do it all from home with minimal equipment, frankly. So check out the app if you're interested in seeing what that looks like. But essentially, 3-tier method and the 4-3-2-1 method are the 2 things I swear by to reframe how we think about fitness as busy moms. Now, in addition to those methods, I do want to talk about science just for a brief moment. Let me just nerd out for just a second to help back up some of what I'm saying. I think this is a really crucial piece of the puzzle to understand as a busy mom who's trying to get fit. The idea is this. Studies have shown that consistent movement throughout the day is actually more beneficial for you than like a big block of a 60-minute workout with a sedentary day to follow. And that's great news for those of us that don't have time for that big block of workout and those of us that are moms that are always on the go, right? Because instead, we can just focus on adding in more intentional movement throughout the day in the midst of the activities that we're already doing. And according to science, we are actually benefiting our bodies, our blood sugar levels, our stress levels, our metabolism more than if we were to do a 60-minute workout and then sit at a desk all day. Don't get me wrong, I have a desk job, but it's finding ways to add in movement even in that situation that really makes the difference at the end. Some people online refer to this as like workout snacks. So like just these little brief moments where you like do a couple air squats or you walk around the block or you have a dance party in your kitchen with your kids. For me, like this weekend, for example, we are in the middle of packing. Like I said, things are chaotic in the house, but I'm also starting to get really sentimental about this being like our last week or 2 weeks or however long with our 2-year-old as our only baby. And so I wanted to spend, some quality time with her. So we were in the playroom. It was just just me and her. We were like really focused while dad was doing some packing. But I knew I wasn't going to get in a workout that day because we had a million things going on. So I kind of made it a game for myself. Like, what can I do while she's playing that's also going to benefit my body, my very, very pregnant, tired body? So we're down on the ground, we're playing with blocks, and I'm like, let me throw in some bear planks. So I'm just doing these bear plank holds while we're doing blocks, you know? Or like she was picking up her toys at one point and I was on the edge of the toy box doing tricep dip. It's like little stuff, right? It doesn't have to be a big ordeal. You don't need equipment. Like you just kind of make it work for you based on what your day looks like that day. You've probably heard the example of like parking a little bit further away when you're at the grocery store so you can get more steps in as you walk back and forth, or walking circles around the playground while your kids play, or doing air squats in the kitchen while you wait for your coffee to brew. Like there's a million and 10 different ways to do this. You just kind of have to figure out what works for you and get in the habit of trying to be really intentional about doing that throughout your day. I find that so many women ignore these opportunities for little movement throughout the day because it just feels pointless, right? You're like, well, what is 10 air squats going to do if I'm not able to like actually work out this week? Or like, what is, you know, a 30-second plank going to actually do for my fitness in the long run? So I just don't do anything. But that's the difference between people who see results and who prioritize their wellness in the midst of the chaos and people that don't. It's that mindset of like, this is pointless. This isn't worth it. And in reality, the science is telling us that those little moments, that's what adds up throughout the day. And that's what makes the difference. So regardless of what tier you fall on, if you're just showing up for the day, you can still add in a little bit of extra movement. You can still get in a good stretch. You can still get in 10 air squats. And that is better than doing nothing, because over time that just builds on itself, not only for your consistency, your momentum, and your mental health, but also for the physical effects that that kind of movement has on your body. If I could tell busy moms only one thing about getting fit as a very busy mom, it's that the small unseen choices that you make day after day after day are what lead to the big changes. Not some massive life overhaul, not some huge new plan that you commit to and you're really going to do it this time. It's those little bitty moments that nobody else sees, when it's just you against you and you're choosing wellness in the ways that you can, in the capacity that you have. That's what makes the difference. Okay, one final thought here that I feel compelled to share, because you really can't talk about getting fit without at least mentioning the idea of nutrition. I'm sure you've heard the old adage, you can't out-train a bad diet. And unfortunately, that is true. But I want to be clear that that does not mean you have to restrict or even like diet in order to see results. The idea here is that you just need to fuel your body well so that you have the energy to move, to parent, to feel your best. When you are underfed and running on caffeine and crackers and skipping lunch because you think that that's some sort of strategy to like get fit or lose weight, you're not going to want to work out. You're not going to want to walk laps around the park while your kids play. You're going to want to nap because your body doesn't have the fuel or the energy reserves that it needs to show up for yourself, for your life, for your kids, for your family. On the flip side, fueling yourself well gives you the energy to show up. And when you feel good, you move more. And that's the cycle that we want. So doing the basic things that you've probably heard a million times, like prioritizing protein and fiber and whole foods at your meals, and doing things like making sure you're hydrated, you're not skipping meals so that your blood sugar levels stable throughout the day. These are the things that are going to make a world of a difference in your ability to apply these methods and these strategies to move better and to move more. I can make another video more specifically about how to prioritize nutrition as a busy mom who's feeding eaters, toddlers, and husbands, and whatever else. So if you're interested in that, definitely leave a comment below so I know that people want to see that video. But for now, if you're looking for like a way to jumpstart this, I have a meal plan. It's called my Busy Mom Meal Plan that I would love to give you for free. You can grab it in the link in the description box below. No dollars required, just a little gift from me to you to kind of help kickstart things in the right direction when it comes to your nutrition. Here's the bottom line. You don't need a perfect plan. You need one that's built for the season of life that you are in. And the more you give yourself permission to adapt and flex and change and move through the tiers depending on the status of your day, instead of feeling this pressure to like start over next Monday or the start of next month or at the start of next year, the more consistent you're going to be and the more successful you're going to be. So I would encourage you to try these methods. Pick one of them, the 3-tier method or the 4-3-2-1 method, whichever one feels most natural to you, or both. Sneak in a little movement throughout your day where you can. Focus on eating real food. Don't skip any meals. Drink your water. Basic things. And then be patient. It doesn't happen overnight. You're not going to be consistent for 3 days days in a row and then wake up and have dropped a jean size. Anyone who tells you otherwise is trying to sell you something or is lying to you. But you are going to be building a foundation for fitness and health as a busy mom that is both realistic and sustainable and effective. And that's really what we're going for here. And if you want to do this alongside me and all the other mamas in our community, again, we would love for you to try a free week on the Well Mamas app. You get monthly workouts, you get monthly meal plans, you get mom meditations and mindfulness guides, all sorts of goodies on there. Again, using the link in the description box below. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video. If you found it useful at all, please give it a like. That really supports my channel. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one.